checking OBS once again. Oh, please don't freeze on me.
Right when you are.
Alright. Hello, this is GT Gamefest. We are into the second round match between Captain Jack on the Radiant and Hayz Angels. I am Evolution of War, joining me is my co-caster.
Nexla.
And we're about to get through this draft. This time we managed to join in time, so first pick came out, it was a Queen of Pain, and then the following pickups were Lion and Lena, and then followed by an Earthshaker. Quite an aggressive start to this draft.
I was really unsure about their choice to ban Silencer immediately, but saying their first picks, it makes sense. I mean, Silencer's a pretty good counter to both those heroes in their own way. So maybe they really prefer these heroes, they have some strategy in mind, and they wanted to cover their bases.
Yeah, and like you said, Silencer being banned out, not seeing an Axe pickup so far. We see the big bans on Jug, Sniper, Troll, those really annoying heroes in the current meta, and yeah, it's kind of interesting. You have a fair point, because I definitely, if Quap jumps in and there's an immediate global silence, she's just kind of like standing there dead. So
Silencer also beats Earthshaker in lane by a handful. Curse of the Silent just pretty much makes him a useless hero. He either fishes or he doesn't. Either way, he's going to lose all his mana.
yeah, it's a very good point. Earthshaker, if it's caught by that Curse of the Silent, he just doesn't want to lose that precious mana. So I really like these pickups, like Lena, Lion. You got those such huge CC as well as burst damage, and Quap and Earthshaker are two of my favorite heroes anyways. So bans coming out, Storm Spirit and Volker, Bristleback, Tidehunter.
Lena and Lion together, once they both reach level 6, they could roam around the map, and from the long range of their ultimate cast range, kill any hero from full health without having to do anything else.
Let's add on to that amplified damage with a Ancient Seal. Let's,
BKB will be a necessary pickup for any carry on the enemy Dire team, but even then, Lena's Ags still poses some threat versus that BKB pickup.
Oh yeah, definitely. If we don't see a quick BKB pickup by Quap or other potential cores on Hayz Angels, I'm going to be shocked, because this is so much burst damage coming out.
I'd argue she should go build like we suggested for Storm last game, Orchid into BKB. That might work best for her.
Yeah, maybe. I would also consider maybe an Ags into BKB, just because Ags is just such a good pickup for Quap right now.
That's true too.
And if she has that baseline additional mana pool as a result of Ags, rather than having to regen from Orchid, it might fare okay for her. So we'll have to see. Phantom Assassin.
Interesting choice. Another hero, actually still countered somewhat by Silencer, because of that global silence. She has no way to really engage without, Phantom Strike and like that. She's also a natural BKB picker, so that works out really well for them because they will need a BKB on their carry.
Oh yeah, definitely. And finally we see the Axe pickup come out. Great with his call that goes to the BKB, obviously. An item pickup that Hayz Angels are definitely looking to pick up, and with the Axe call, they will be able to go through that. And a very good hero versus Phantom Assassin in general.
So far, they've held their hand against really showing what they want for a carry so far. Last pick carry, and this is a single core lineup. None of these other heroes are core. You could run a Lena core, but she's more typically seen in the mid gank role as opposed to the mid core role.
Yeah, she skills fairly well, but at the moment she has no Drow aura to max out her auto attack damage. She has no real big negative armors on her team, so right now it kind of does look towards maybe a 4 protect 1, but Lena definitely does own that early mid game phase. Ooh, I like this.
So opting for a very defensive lineup versus the aggression from Captain Jack here. This, while it may not be a 4 protect 1, might be centered around just guarding safe lane as long as possible for both Quap to do some damage and Phantom Assassin to get farm.
Yeah, Treant Protector's Global Living Armor will add a lot of sustainability for Queen of Pain, as that regen will help versus Lena's really annoying range and potential damage output. And Phantom Assassin obviously really needs to farm in the early phases, Living Armor will help contribute to that. What do you think the bans are going to be coming out from here? Obviously, we're missing a... Well, we believe it could be an offlaner missing right now for Hayz' Angels. Since Quap can be in the offlane, it'd be really dangerous for Skyrath, but...
I'm hesitant to say that they have an offlaner because right now they're looking at a triple melee tri-lane bottom. That may not work for them. Or Dire, excuse me, they're Dire top lane. But still, I don't think that a lane composed entirely of melee will be really good versus the pressure that you might see from maybe a dual Dire offlane pressure, depending on how they go for that.
They could run Skyrath Axe or Lion Axe and just shut down Phantom Assassin super hard.
I would actually expect that almost. I think Axe runs a dual offlane very well because of his natural tendency to tank and aggro.
Radiant team pick.
Who do you think would be better, Skyrath or Lion?
I think that depends on who their last pick on Dire is. As it is right now, I think a Skyrath will be really important because you can instant silence from long range to stop an Earthshaker mid-fissure. Ryze is about to pull it off, and then from there, force him back. But at the same time, I think Skyrath is a lot more vulnerable to being jumped on by Phantom Assassin, especially if she gets the dagger first. And Lion has the stun to get away, but Skyrath escape Phantom Assassin if she closes in. So either one, they both have their merits.
I can see, yeah, that's very true. So, we see a Phoenix ban as well as the Faceless Void. Phoenix plus Treant Protector is a very deadly combo, and Phoenix in general is a very safe offlaner in this case. Maybe not against the Skyrath so much, but... And Void being banned out.
I almost want to say that they should run a Treant offlane. I really want to see a ranged hero as a support. I don't think it's going to work well if they run this tri-melee lineup.
Yeah. We've seen a Treant Protector offlane a while ago. Not in an official match of any kind, but it does have some merits. We see a final pick Slark coming out from Captain Jack.
Yeah, not the hardest of carries, but definitely a good mid-game carry. It looks like they're looking to end this early. And there's the less support for the Hayz Angels. They are going to run probably a Treant offlane.
I think it's a Venom offlane.
I think it's a Venom offlane.
Oh, I'm losing a bit of frames. Awkward. But, yeah, I think Venom offlane probably what we're looking at. I apologize for losing frames. It looks like my FPS is dropping a lot. I'm not quite sure why.
Well, if it is a Venom offlane, you'll have to play extremely cautiously. There's a good chance to get picked off by the lineup. Earthshaker stun into, excuse me, not Earthshaker stun. Lion or Skyrath, either one of them can initiate well from the top area in the Radiant Jungle.
Actually, with how Quap is running around with that Observer Ward, looks like a Quap offlane. Venom mid.
Interesting.
Alright, yeah.
This'll work. Yeah.
I think, okay, honestly, I think with Venom Wards, you can play a bit more safely, knowing that you can scout out the Lion and the Skyrath. Quap, if she gets silenced, she's literally stuck, because she can't blink.
I don't know. I'm gonna withhold judgment until I see how they do this. I'm not sure even Venom's gonna be mid. It could be Earthshaker for all I know. I still think they should have one ranged person top. It's kind of a hard lane otherwise.
Well, Earthshaker started boots and no regen, so I really doubt he's gonna be.
Venom has boots.
Fissure block will not be able to block up the high ground from. Oh, looks like he is stuck. No. Yeah, he is stuck, but they won't be able to find the kill. There is the LSA. Slark is stuck, but it looks like they will find the kill onto Lucy Liu as kind of looking to run back and forth in the corner. Slark not landing the pounce, not exactly the greatest thing, but there is a 5-person gold pickup, and Kiki will secure that bot lane rune, or bounty rune, while Quad picks up the bottom one. So first blood on Treant Protector. Who picked up the kill?
That was picked up by Axe.
Okay, that's really good for your offlaner. That is actually really dangerous. He didn't get very much EXP as a result of 5 heroes being there to pick it up, but it will be your Axe line offlane. Rain playing the Axe. Boo, Roo, Reen playing the Lion. It looks like a tri-lane actually now that Destiny will be joining on that Skyrath.
Tri-lane v tri-lane. Unless of course Trans.
Actually,
Oh no, it's Earthshaker this mid right now, trying to help out Venno. And MSF may not get much farm in this situation. They need to think about their lineup.
yeah, he's already at half HP. Following the rest of the introductions, we have Kiki on the mid Lena, as well as Fly Up P playing that Slark. And that is Team Captain Jack.
And on the side of Hayz Angels, we have Cameron Diaz playing a Venomancer. That's nice. Treant Protector, Lucy Liu. Drew Barrymore playing a Phantom Assassin. I'm seeing a trend here. Papa Hayz playing Earthshaker, and Bill Murray. Oh, nice Bill Murray on Quap.
Got some interesting popular names coming out. So, looks like Quap will not be pressured as much as I thought. And, well, Slark without Dark Pact will be able to get pressured quite a bit until, you know, you can purge off that Shadow Strike. And even then, it's not very favorable unless you have a decent amount of regen. So, right now the pressure with the tri-lane on top, neither hard carries are getting very much.
Well, Phantom Assassin is in an interesting situation because even when denied the ability to last hit normally, she has one of the best last-hitting abilities in the game with Dagger. It does immense damage against creeps, and is extremely hard to deny against, and it's long range. She can sit back and still get last hits, but she might find it hard to get XP in the meanwhile.
Mid lane looked like a rotation from the supports. They were trying to go into Kiki, but he will be able to find his way out. Clarity allowing Skywrath to pop a bit more. That Clarity from Earthshaker gets cancelled out, and Haste on Skywrath does earn him a kill. So, game starting out 3-0 in favor of Captain Jack.
Last hits leading by Axe right now is the farming offlane tri-lane hero.
Yeah.
Going on Treant here, he could. Oh, they're just gonna stop the pole in the meanwhile.
Yeah, with that ward right there, there's not gonna be any more pulls. He can get a really good
Pulls
call
the-
right here. Yeah, he does. Gets a huge call into Lucy Liu, and Lucy Liu is spun down.
Right as the creep wave comes in, there's almost no chance there.
Yeah, that was extremely well played by Rain, just knowing where the creeps were at that time. And we'll pick up a solo kill. That is huge for your offlane Axe.
Not to mention, he also got first blood as well. He's a good start for him. His Blink Dagger will come soon. Quap! Oh, Silence, not able to get away.
Yep, yeah. Wasn't quite watching there, but Silence, Skywrath Mage with the instant silence, obviously.
Skywrath is stuck. Oh.
Not quite. Able to get his way there, out. So Quap, if Skywrath is in this off lane, in the bot lane, Quap just loses all her potential to get out. So that's something to watch out for. And I'm really quite curious as to why Earthshaker was ganking this mid lane earlier, since Venno doesn't really have that much damage output. He just, if he's in the mid lane, he's looking to push. He's not looking for kills.
Yeah, he needs that XP too. The Earthshaker needs to make sure that he's getting all the XP to Venno and not sequestering anything to himself, which is sort of unfortunate because Earthshaker's hero also needs his own XP. It's not a good situation to have to divide the two.
Yeah, and Venno, let's see, without the Venomous Gale, it's not like they had much kill potential on Kiki anyways, and Kiki being a Lena, you know, you got that burst damage. So
Level 2 finally on Treant. He's got living armor now.
yeah, once again, Skywrath being there to kill the Quap. You can't be there with the Skywrath. That's just you're too easy to kill. Another shot into a silence and then a pounce from Slark. You have no way to survive.
Well, Treant got a sneaky ward their top lane when they weren't watching. They might have caught it. I don't know, but if they didn't, that's a really good, at least, security for them, not having to worry about ganks from mid lane coming from tower side. Gives them some security.
Yeah. And we look at last hits. PA with only 10 comparison to Slark's 16. Not too bad, but at the same time, Slark has been active in kills and has finally hit level 6, so he has that free regen.
Meanwhile, Axe is 600 gold, 500 gold from Blink Dagger right now. He's level 5, commanding in the gold this game so far with the kills and his farm, unprecedented in the top lane.
Yeah, it looks like he's about to go aggressive. Misses the call, gets slowed up by the dagger. Rain not quite getting where he wants to be. And well, as a result, he'll just curve around the back, find his own creeps again. Papa Hayz hits level 2. Meanwhile, Cameron Diaz still level 5, maxing out the wards.
Squap has a Veno orb pickup. Oh, that's an interesting choice.
That is really strange. 2 Null Talismans for the survivability. No boots quite yet. Looks like he just wants to auto attack to harass Fly Up P, who's already level 6, so I don't think that's really significant in any manner.
Regen rune picked up by Lina. It's been pretty surprising. This mid lane's nothing's really happened so far. It's been sort of a back and forth effort. Besides that one death on Venom's part, I still think it's pretty even so far. Though I think you should pick up a level 1 Gale in case Shaker does want to go in. It's a missed opportunity there if they don't have a Gale for a kill.
Yeah, I think they picked the Veno mainly as a counter to Lina because Lina obviously cannot use her abilities on the wards. Fissure comes out on the Kiki, not going to result in anything whatsoever. But there are very few people that can stand up against Lina in lane, and Venomancer with his wards allows for a bit more pushing pressure that most mid laners do not have against such an easy wave clearer like Lina. So I can see merits to having the Veno pick, but same time, are you getting anything done? Because you're not getting as much farm as her, and you're obviously not going to kill her with a Venomancer.
And on the unfortunate note there, engagement top lane.
Oh, yep, range. Get that Blink Dagger. We'll find a Hex into Earth Spike onto Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore does manage to find space to run away.
Nothing amount.
So
there might be a bottom lane. Quap silenced and completely destroyed before she had a chance.
Yeah, it looks like she was trying to get a level 6 jump onto the Skywrath with the Scream Sonic Wave, but not quite finding it. Earthshaker trying to do a random fissure to find that Skywrath, unfortunately not anywhere near the right place to look.
He'd salved up too, he wouldn't gonna die from anyway.
Yeah, and it was only a level 1 fissure, not, level 2 fissure actually. So I have my doubts, but
with considering his low level and lack of farm, I don't know if he should be maxing fissure right now. He can't afford to sustain that with like higher mana cost.
That's true. I see a lot of merits in maxing out fissure though, because you got the stun duration, you got the damage. They're fighting for the rune.
Oh.
Nice fissure to stop any more potential damage output since no mana, but right clicks coming out from a level 2 Fiery Soul, just enough to secure that.
Damage won't be enough to finish off lane and she'll go back to well safely.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, top lane, Axis finishes Blink Dagger and looking to go in some aggression.
Oh, Finger of Death into the Culling Blade. Easy kill.
Yeah, with that finger in the coal for Axe, any hero at safety can suddenly just be found no health left all of a sudden.
Yeah. Like I said, it's just like, can they protect this PH? And I don't think they can at this point. It's 9-0. We can check out the net worth now. Rain is leading the board. Nearly is twice the net worth of your PA.
That Treant armor might have been enough to save Veno's life there. It occurred right as the Laguna Blade went off. I'm not sure if it ticked off as a result.
Yeah.
The only problem with Hayz Angels right now is they're losing all 3 lanes. Quap has been silenced up and destroyed by Slark. Mid lane, Veno's making trades that he really can't get anything out of. And top lane, Axe's early advantage has destroyed PA and prevented her from getting anywhere close to where she needs to farm.
Yeah. Right now, Rain is getting kited a bit. He does have Lion as a backup, but they're looking for that last tower hit. Can't get it right here, but the catapult will steal it. So Rain now jumping in 2-person call. We'll be able to Earth Spike onto Drew Barrymore. No Finger of Death, obviously, and those are living armor. Will prevent a lot more damage from coming out. Will jump back in, gets hexed by the Lion.
No.
Another call comes out into the dunk threshold. Burr Murray now jumping in. Will find a kill onto the Axe, and it's 3 down. Fissure coming down, and they fall a double kill for Queen of Pain onto the Lion. And this is really good for your supports. Now Papa Hayz is level 5, and your Treant Protector also gaining 2 levels from those 2 kills.
Lina earned, Queen of Pain earned a total of almost 700 gold off those 2 kills, and that's really important. She had a really bad early game, and none of their lanes are doing well, but killing that kill on the Axe has been doing so well is just the edge they need to suddenly edge themselves back into the game.
Comeback mechanics. obviously helping him out. And, well, will we see somewhat of a pick? I mean, Drew Barrymore falling there still didn't gain obviously anything from that. Now Phantom Assassin defaulting to the jungle without any farming items whatsoever. I don't imagine that going to be very good whatsoever.
This is going to be almost a quintuple stack, but they missed the last one, so still 4 stack in the meanwhile. Doing a good job of helping
yeah, I have no idea. I was looking in the jungle for PA. Yeah, oh, Rain, now it's time to pick it up. We'll activate the call for the extra armor. And just as you should as a support, you want to stop up a bit of EXP when that stack falls. We'll hit level 6 on your Skywrath Mage as a result. Just really good play by your supports.
Axe may look to gank on the Earthshaker here, Bomb, but no, he decides to leave. He has a feeling. He knows it's not safe anymore.
Yeah. There's a ward right there. Doing a bit of scouting.
That's probably what showed him.
Looked like I think there was an orange ping right there coming out from Rain. Seeing that ward. I'm not quite sure, but they do know Rain is running around mid lane. And Axe will not find any engages for a while. Regen rune being protected will get picked up by Erlina. And they do see Axe going towards the top lane thanks to this nice Observer ward. Drew Barrymore Ori backing up. And Bill Murray also. Now you're just looking at Captain Jack's team not quite finding anything either. Not finding any time to farm, so that's not very good.
And your last hits department, we have Lena, who's pulled ahead majorly with almost 90 last hits in 12 minutes. Pretty good farm so far. Fairmaster Yule is pretty good timing, and she might look to go for an Ags to be at the competition ahead of time for a BKB. Or something else. We actually don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't imagine a BKB is going to come out anytime soon.
I may just try to go for something much more aggressive, maybe a Blink Dagger.
Yeah, that'd be good. Blink Yules, easy kills with the Laguna Blade. Cameron Diaz now. Oh, okay. Rain decides to blink into the creep wave, past the wards. Not quite go for the kills.
Lion Fingers up, I believe, and yeah, that could have been a kill secure if he decided to blink on him. Interesting choice to go against that.
Now, Captain Jack's team deciding to go into the bot lane turret. Living armor already being taken down, and this looks like an uncontested tower kill. It will pop the fortification. It is free, essentially. Maybe we should have used it in conjunction. Oh, two-man call. The Skywrath Mystic player does come out. Will not land the dunk, unfortunately, but Laguna Blade will find the kill on the Queen of Pain. Skywrath Mystic player is enough to pick up the kill onto Earthshaker. Yules comes out onto the Tree Protector. There is a call that follows. Silence as well as a huge amount of damage as a result of that Ancient Seal. That's 3 kills back to back for Captain Jack.
And Queen just used her ult too, so when she comes back up, they still won't be able to do much to make a come out of that. It's 13-2 right now. They came back a little bit earlier with that Quap double kill, but it's not enough.
Yeah, that was a really good call coming out from Rain, catching out both heroes. And they're just caught off guard. There was a 2-man defense of that tier 1 tower that was bound to go down. Why were they there?
I have a feeling that Hayz Angels is in a state of what do we do right now. They have no real strat that they feel confident in executing because in any way they engage, they feel outcompeted by the enemy. And that's true because they have a lot more farm than them. All their lanes got way more out of them than they did.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw earlier, but Kiki missed like 5 uphill attacks in a row on the Venom wards. It was kind of hilarious, but right now this Venom is the only one who's maybe doing fairly decent. PA defaulting to the jungle is finding some farm, but some of those creeps don't even matter. And Venom is the only, Venom has a mech right now.
Phantom Assassin's getting a helm, I assume. She's got the more of a mask. It could be a mask of matters, but against Alina and Lion, it's not a good idea, I don't think.
Probably would increase her farming rate, but yeah, in team fights, that just instant finger of death or Laguna Blade. She's she's dead. I could see that if she just stays in the jungle for a very long time, because obviously she can't go into lane right now. But smoke gank coming out. There is a lion leading the way. They will not find Drew Barrymore since Rain.
Oh, engagement on tree if they see him. No?
No detection whatsoever. They just know the smoke was popped. Earthshaker Fissure doing a bit of harass. Not going to result in anything. Venom Wards now spotting out more.
No. I was thinking of a theoretical scenario where if PA does get mask
Oh, hold on.
Hold that.
Kiki gets Yules onto Cameron Diaz. Laguna Blade will take him out. Skywrath Mystic Flare not quite being useful right there. Sky P gets a gauge upon. He is surrounded. Gets Echo Slammed and now pops up the Shadow Dance. We'll be able to hop out of there. Looks like Queen of Pain gets silenced up by Skywrath and not quite able to escape out of there. We have not quite enough damage coming out from Axe. And they will pick up 2 more additional kills.
On the Axe too, the one that really matters. Any kill on Axe is a huge boost to their confidence and farm.
Yeah, that's a 1k gold swing technically going in the way of Hayz Angels, as well as an extra 1k EXP, so that looks really good for PA, who is on the back of that Axe kill.
Shadowblade pickup by Slark, and he's looking out for the PA. Might find her, though I don't think he's gonna go under tower, not with TP support available.
Yeah, and I want to point out, I saw all these sentry wards, and I thought they were for Treant, but they decided to put these sentry wards in a way that would block the camps. So that's going to be really bad for PA if she doesn't get the room to farm. And if Captain Jack's team decides to pressure this area so that she has no safe place to farm, this could potentially get another catch on to PA. Looks like YFP will find Papa Hayz with that Shadow, actually not even the Shadow Blade being active, but Papa Hayz will teleport out.
No basher yet, so no way to stop a TP. He gets out with his life barely.
Yeah, Drew Barrymore just running out of places to farm. Looks like with the Morbid Basque, he will go for the BKB next.
There's a line of Venom wards holding against the mid-tier tower.
Yeah, and Kiki just trying to do downhill attacks, not quite hitting all the ones he wants. This is probably
Plop.
Oh,
Pot out.
my bad. Looks like the Blink Dagger being revealed by Lion. Supports are enough to get that kill. So, we didn't think about this earlier, but a lot of Kiki's last hits should be coming from these Venom wards. So that's probably where a big discrepancy in the last hit numbers are.
I'm sure that counts as her last hits.
They do. Rain gets a good call onto Venomancer. And the Yule setup does land on Lucy Liu, but not quite landing on anything. If you pay attention to the last hits as they get a ward kill, they do go up, so.
Oh, that might explain why she's so high.
It is worth 15 gold, so.
I mean, when you got something to farm, I'm not. Take it.
Yeah. Lucy Liu selfed up, has the overgrowth. Hasn't quite paid off. This tree and protector pick has not quite paid off yet, but we'll see how this goes. They've been able to protect this mid lane tower for quite a long time as a result of this living armor.
PA still not opting to finish her lifesteal item of choice, Mask of Madness or Helm or whatever.
Yeah, she wants the
Engage mid lane.
Overgrowth. Land on it too, but there is no follow up. Rain trying to back out. There is a good Poison Nova coming out. Another Echo Slam only onto Fly Up P. Will try to right click Papa Hayz down. Will find that kill. They find the kill onto Axe as a result of him being 1v4 in a way. And now Lena is not in a very good position as Living Armor keeps PA alive for a very long time. Train Protector picking up that kill. 2 for 2 underneath the tier 1 that doesn't even get down to half HP. Drew Barrymore once more looking for that Skywrath kill. There is a Lion as a defensive measure, but PA will just go back to farming.
Hayz Angels doing some work to get themselves back in this. They're still far behind, but they're showing that they're not capable of defending. They're not incapable of defending themselves if pushed, and this might make Captain Jack a little more hesitant to engage.
Yeah, they're jumping in really deep for these Axe calls, and they're only getting even trades. Which, if you're ahead like that and you're giving up kills in such a fashion, it's not very favorable. But they're also Still, obviously out farming this PA, who's not gonna go B Fury, not gonna have any really decent farm items. She's now 900 gold away from her battle BKB. So
I want to mention that scenario I was trying to talk about before, where if she did get a Mask of Madness, there's theoretically a way where if Axe calls and Skywrath uses his silence, he can get more damage off if he does it above the threshold than below it because of the boosts with the magic damage.
Oh, that's kind of funny. Who needs a threshold damage when the amplified damage result of Ancient Seal plus Mask of Madness does more than the Axe threshold? Alright, Fly Up P missing the first auto attack from the Shadow Blade as a result of the evasion. We'll look to jump out, purges off this first slow, gets Shadow Striked, and will be forced to pop the deck back. Gets blown up by the Sonic Wave. Overgrowth landing onto only Skywrath, and they will find that kill as well. Drew Barrymore now going ham, gets Finger of Death, Finger of Death, but will not fall. There's a 3-for-0 trade. They are starting to lose this lead.
I did the math quickly. It's not exactly enough to do more, but if you had a Pugna and you got Shakripify on top of it, then it would probably be enough.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage amp.
Yeah.
Magic damage amp. But,
Damage amp's fun to play around. You get things that are normally benign, just killing you outright.
Yeah, I personally prefer the negative armor strats. They're a lot more easy to pull off. And, well,
That's true.
a lot more heroes just innately have those kind of skills. Pugna is just so out of meta.
I think the minus magic armor strat works best though with the ancient apparition, where one big magic burst and your entire team's doomed to watch themselves slowly die.
Yeah. The Ice Vortex is just so spammable. So much damage. Drew Barrymore. There's a Lena walking around with an Invis rune. Or Shadow Blade. There's actually a Shadow Blade pickup on Lena as well. It's a very good alternative, actually becoming more popular as she can obviously use the stats very well with their Fiery Soul.
Dire has opted to block their own hard camp lane on the left. I'm not sure if this is intentional or not. I doubt it by that ward placement they've done.
Axe. Finding a call onto Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore not being able to pop the BKB quite yet. Will be able to do so though. Rain trying to find that call. Not going to be able to do it as a result of that lifesteal.
Just a little above.
Yeah.
He could have checked her health or something, but that was a difference of maybe 20 or 30 health between getting a kill and dying.
It's that lifesteal and the crit just came out at the right time, you know. Giving her a bit of an HP boost. And once again, a 3-for-0 trade. It's a 3k gold swing in favor of Hayz Angels.
We're looking at them almost even with the enemy team now, coming back into this hard.
Yeah, they've already more than halved the distance apart that in terms of gold net worth, and like I said, they are starting to get back into this game really easily. It's just these unfavorable catches. And who did they jump on? They jumped on Drew Barrymore, the PA, and they didn't manage to catch him out quite enough. Of course, they also didn't blow Finger of Death. That might be why. They only popped up the Mystic Flare in that fight.
The BKB used just at the right time, and that's all it takes to turn it around for PA. Alina might really want to reconsider that Ags now, and it appears she is going for it. Point booster and Staff of Witchery done.
1.5k gold away from it. They still have not made a good mark on this tier 1 tower as a result of that living armor. But yeah, as you're saying, the Ags pickup will be pretty big onto this PA because PA does not have a very large HP pool to begin with. If you turn that into all true damage, Lena Laguna Blade that does what, 950 true damage. That's easily like 3/5 of PA's HP pool.
Yep, which is enough in most of these fights to make a difference, especially when you consider that Axe can do the rest with his Culling Blade.
Smoke gank coming out from the Dire team. They are wrapping around behind. There's a Lion spotting out the smoke gank, and Fly Up P still has his Shadow Blade ability, able to escape if he really wants to. And
both TP out.
Yeah. Smoke gank not paying off right there. Fortunate. Another thing we haven't seen is Axe on tree is only 400 gold away. That actually might be a huge pickup.
Yeah, that has a simultaneous role in both helping him farm more and also massively keeping them aware of what's going on the map. The eyes, if not taking good precautions against, such as a gem and a nice hatchet, really become a pain for them to deal with.
Yeah. One of the things though is with the Slark passive, you can easily detect when you're nearby enemy vision. If it's not a Venom ward, it's going to be a tree or an actual ward. So
That's true, but they'll still have to expend precious resources to cut it down and find the specific one.
yeah, they do have a decent AoE tree clear with LSA though.
That's true. So maybe that does have to have one way of not having to use a gem or something.
Yeah, you want to commit a Quelling Blade, and if you're really isolated by trees, okay,
Mid
Cameron
lane.
Diaz gets engaged upon, will back out as a result of the fissure support coming out from Earthshaker.
Managed to purge the stun right immediately as it got cast upon him.
Yeah, signs of a good Slark player, boys. Know when to cast your Dark Pack, get off those nasty spells like fissure stuns.
Well, when Fissure by Earthshaker takes about a minute to cast and you see it coming, you have a good opportunity to rescue ahead time.
A minute, alright. Super over exaggeration, but everyone knows that casting kind of blows.
I think, and I'm not entirely sure, but I only think the person with the longer cast range is maybe Leshrac on some of his stuff. It might be the same, but Earthshaker's got one of the longest cast times in the entire game.
It's that heavy totem on his back. It just takes too long to take it around and slam it on the ground. Which is kind of funny because Echo Slam, you know, instant.
Not
that
even a
blink
cast
dagger.
time, it's actually instant.
Yeah. He has that Blink Dagger now. Not quite sure if it was seen, but it could turn out to change the fights a lot. And considering that now Captain Jack has been playing a lot more cautiously, they are aware of the fact that they have given up quite a lot of gold to the enemy team. And this tier 1 tower in the middle lane.
They need to stop trying. They're not gonna get this, and they've only lost so much by continuing to pressure this unsuccessfully.
Yeah, the Venom wards taking a lot of the creep aggro and the living armor just blocking so much damage. It's just hilarious to see this tower still basically full HP.
They won't be gaining anytime soon unless they commit a full team effort to do so.
Yeah. I'm just like, okay, Venom scale, not gonna be followed up, but yeah, they're protecting this tower so easily. It's like, well, Venom's spam wards, living armor when possible. They don't have to do anything else. They only have to commit like a hero and a half to protect this mid lane. Even if Cameron Diaz does get jumped, he has a mech plus a hood and components for Ags. He's just so tanky.
Not to mention with his DOT, even if he dies, an engagement afterwards could easily kill some heroes that they may not want to trade for.
Yeah, there's right now I see Captain Jack hesitating because they can't break this mid defense at all. It's just well played by Hayz Angels. They're just this unbreakable defense of fissure, living armor, and Venom wards. It's actually quite sickening if you think about it.
Lena's still the one who's maintaining that presence. This is the longest I've seen a laning type scenario go on for in a game where Lena's just continuing to make herself there in mid lane because she feels it's necessary. As if mid lane has forgotten that games sometimes transition past the laning stage.
Yeah, it's quite interesting because you have this really good early game, mid game catch potential with the Axe, who had like what, a 10-12 minute Blink Dagger. You have Shadow Blade on Slark, and you have the Lina with Yules, but they aren't finding any pickoffs whatsoever on any of these heroes.
Axe's farm isn't even remarkable anymore. He's fourth in net worth right now, whereas for the longest time he was majorly leading in first.
Fissure onto Skyrath, no follow-up. It's a whip. And yeah, Axe just not finding the farm that he probably wants right now. And well, let's see what he has. He has BKB, Blade Mail, and Blink. That's basically everything you need if you want to contribute a lot of presence in a team fight. But at the moment, what they need to be able to do is find tower kills, and they're just not getting any objectives whatsoever. I haven't seen anything happen for quite a long time. It's actually quite sad. Oh.
Yeah, I truth be told, I thought this game was gonna end a lot sooner, but Hayz Angels made a comeback, and now we're looking at a pretty even game.
Yeah, and now we have the Ags pick up by Lucy Lou on the Tree and Protector. First tree coming down on a very good rune spot. Will substitute for the Sentry Observer Ward in that area. And I really love Trian as a hero, and I really love Eyes of the Forest, so I'm gonna be curious because obviously there is an easy counter to Eyes of the Forest. Obviously, you have detection plus ways to cut down trees. It's just a matter of, well, when will they start doing it?
There's always the risk of how much are you willing to actually put out to cut down those trees, and if you buy a gem, you gotta secure that. It's not worth losing 800, 900 gold,
900 gold
on a gem, just maybe a tree or two. You have to really protect that carrier.
Yeah, and think about it. Axe has been dying in the previous fights quite a bit, so maybe he's probably the most ideal carrier considering how squishy Skywrath, Mage, Lion are to this PA Quap burst damage.
Mid lane, Veno burst down. Laguna, Lion, Finger of Death. Not a chance.
They finally find the kill with the Blink Dagger on Lion.
Yeah, I'd put the gem on Lina if they do decide to get that. They have to first discover that Lina does have Eyes in the Forest yet. Not yet revealed as far as I know.
Yeah, that's true. He hasn't been like walking around showing it off. He's been maintaining his presence near the trees. And yeah, I think Lina, since she has the ability to cut down the trees by herself, would probably be the best candidate. Will this pressure on the mid lane turret with Veno being down, will they finally break it? Well, let's see. Lina's the only one dishing out the right clicks right now.
Yeah, Venom hasn't been down for a decent period since they've been pressuring this mid lane.
Yeah. Right now it's sitting at 900 HP. Skywrath, Lina. Fortification comes out. Fissure landing only onto the melee creeps.
I'm sort of intrigued why they are so intent on protecting this mid tower.
I think it's just because it's a pivotal point for map presence. That Roshan entrance, that
yeah, maybe.
big gateway.
Especially because a TP here, it lets you get anywhere really fast.
Okay, so there's a sentry down that spots out this tree. So they do know it's out. They obviously know that the tree has Ags now. They just haven't moved Lina over to take it out. So
Treant, a little bit of a undercover here.
There's a hatchet pickup by Slark. So he will be able to randomly guess with his passive to find trees. Really
May not work, there are a lot of trees on the map.
There are a lot of trees in the world, guys. True story, alright. So there is a gem pickup by Axe now. It's being sent on the courier.
I don't trust Axe holding it. He's been one of the first to die in the past 15 fights, especially after falling off in his presence.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. Axe, probably not the safest holder. I even think Slark might be a bit safer considering he's just so slippery. That little fish.
Yeah.
Looks like Lina will be the one to get it though. Wait. Where's the courier going now? Courier, come back. Courier doesn't have it. Who has the gem?
Right now the gem is held by Slark.
Yeah, it is on Slark. Okay.
Nope. No TP score right now though, so let's hope they're not caught out.
Yeah. Still have not broken down this mid-tier one. This is gonna be stalled out so long. And it's been giving PA a lot of space to farm. If you look at PA, she's second on network now. Out-farming the Slark. Oh! Cameron Diaz getting dropped a huge amount thanks to that Ag Scepter. And Blink, Coaling Blade from Rain will find the kill. I'm not quite sure what Earthshaker was like. Oh, well, he's dead. It was all the fight for that Sentry Ward in the mid lane. I don't know if you've been watching, but the mid lane has been trading off Sentry Wards in the position for like the last 10 minutes. It's actually quite funny.
This war of attrition Not really amounting to much. It's back and forth, and nothing has really happened in the past 5-10 minutes. It's been sitting right where we've been this whole time, in front of this mid-tier 1.
Yeah. Oh, nice crit from the true damage of Stifling Dagger. Tower dropping to below 500 HP. Will they finally break the siege with Venomancer being down?
Maybe then they'll actually be able to do something else.
Fortify is down. Living Armor can only do so much. Fissure will prevent some of the damage coming out. In fact, Stifling Dagger takes the aggro away. Now they're forced to right-click by themselves. Living Armor once again. Will get a bit broken by the Fiery Soul auto attacks from Lina.
They're so close. They might do it.
Yeah. Cameron Diaz is back though.
This is literally the most exciting thing that's happened in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. Other than, you know, Veno being caught out a bit for trying to take out the ward for himself.
Here we go.
200 HP within deny threshold. Lina will get the right click down onto the final T1 tower. Alright.
The champion of the Dire team finally fallen. Goodbye, mid-tier 1 tower.
There's a bit of irony in that because Venomancer, technically, usually when you think about a Venomancer pick, you look to push, right? There are no tier 1 towers down on the team, you know, with the Venomancers. I mean, you know.
Well, Plague Wards are better for defense than they are for offense because they do more damage to creeps.
Oh,
I'm
Drew
late.
Barrymore gets caught out in an instant view and it wasn't even like a very well timed. Oh my gosh, there's so much going on. And Overgrowth comes out, catching on to a lot of heroes thanks to that tree being there, but now it looks like they're retreating as both supports for the Radiant side have fallen. Rain looking to go down as a result of all that damage over time, resulting in a winning fight for the Dire team. But unfortunately, Drew Barrymore, first person to die there, won't net anything. Overall gold change, 1k in favor of Hayz Angels, and 3k gold EXP advantage in favor.
Meanwhile, the map's turning a lot more green as Trance spreading his influence.
That was a really good overgrowth, thanks to that, you know, global ability that comes out as a result of having the Eyes in the Forest there. Huge amount of damage onto your supports, you know. I don't imagine Skyreth and Lion, they're sitting around like sub 900 HP. Overgrowth innately at level 2, I think does like 400-ish damage, so that's pretty huge. And that overgrowth though.
Yeah, it's 175 damage for 3.75 seconds right now.
Easily half the support's HP on the Radiant side. Lion has Ags. Wow. Where did this come from? I'm not paying any attention whatsoever.
Well, both the big nukers, Lion and Lina, both have their Ags, and we're looking for a lot of pain coming from them if they start to push us more. BKB, do no more against Lina. And even though Phantom Assassin has a Reaver now, I'm still worried that she may not survive a quick burst.
Yeah, if you have that Ancient Seal plus Lion Finger of Death, that's still pretty huge. And then even if she does manage to find time to pop off that BKB, you got the Laguna.
In a weird change of balance, I want to say, Laguna Blade might do less damage in this scenario where Skyreth Mage gets his seal off.
Yeah, that's because it's pure damage now. That's one of the reasons that you don't see like a Ags plus Ethereal Blade on Lina.
It used to be popular, but now it's all but gone.
Yeah, got the Ethereal Blade nerfs, you got the conversion into true damage. Not quite the best of things. Smoke Gang coming out from both teams.
Did they see that? It seemed rather close.
I don't think there were any wards protecting either sides, but they will just, you know, skim past each other, going in opposite
both
directions.
teams smoking in completely opposite directions.
Yeah, this is like the second time we've seen this today. It's kind of funny. DD Rune gets spotted out. Drew Barrymore with the DD Rune. They could easily go for this Roshan. Once the smoke pops and they see that they're just around the top forest, okay, the tree gets cut down. They might know something's up.
They know it's up, but do they have time to respond?
DD Rune on PA, starting to work onto this Roshan.
Lena is staying top, but it doesn't look like they want to contest this, unless of course she's gonna do something else.
She has a TP to mid lane if she wants to. It doesn't look like
They're running out of time.
Radiant has any idea whatsoever. They do find Lucy Liu as a result of that gem. Mystic Flare onto Lucy Liu will not have the overgrowth of this fight. I don't think he has a buyback either. That's a huge amount of damage that is being denied. Yeah, he has no buyback.
Yay! Just about got the Aegis.
Yep, will manage to pick up. Rain
Now
does
fight.
jump in. Will drop out of his BKB. Huge Echo Slam. Takes out Skywrath Mage immediately. And now there's looks like Radiant team doesn't know what to do. Rain is the only one left. Kiki trying to back out as well. Finger of Death landing on 2 heroes does a lot of damage. There is a Skull Basher proc onto Axe. Will not be able to get that Cooling Blade off. Lucy Liu now back into the fight. Looks like Laguna Blade will be able to pick up the kill on Laguna Pain. Drew Barrymore jumping on the Lion. And looks like Venomancer Poisons will actually get that one. And he's stuck in the trees, unfortunately. But overall, you're looking at a 2 for 3 trade.
2 for 3. There's only one dead on the Hayz Angels.
No, technically Treant Protector died earlier and then bought back.
Yes, that's true.
He did buy back, so that was a bit unfortunate because he didn't really get to contribute. But Roshan go over to the Dire side, and now it looks like Radiant is really looking to be on the back foot because they lost that fight. They lost to Aegis, and Drew Barrymore starting to become really big even without that Battle Fury pickup.
She has a Satanic now, which is pretty much enough to shrug off a Laguna Blade and not even notice.
Oh, I'm looking at a easy pickoff on a Treant Protector again. Sorry. I was just watching PA, but Yule's into LSA, Laguna, easy pickoff. So
that won't work on PA anymore. She's far too tanky and very much almost in the top lead. She's second place in net worth right now, just below Lena.
Yeah. Oh man, it just kind of looks like, well, at this point you're looking at a PA who might be unstoppable as a result of, you know, having the BKB and the Satanic. We're looking at a 8-second BKB charge, which is still relatively good.
She's been holding that, really reserving it for the big fights.
Oh, Cameron Diaz jumps in, gets a decent Poison Nova off on the 2 heroes. Sonic Wave lands on the Skywrath as well as Rain. Rain just looks to fall right here. He's very low. Earthshaker pops off the Echo Slam on the 2 heroes. Fly Up P gets chain stunned while he's in that Shadow Dance. Rain barely at any HP. Shadow
Queen needs to TP. Queen's gonna dash and TP. Oh, with 10 health.
Okay. That Living Armor coming into pretty big effect. Rain will fall as a result of that poison from Venomancer, and it's a 4 for 0 trade. This is huge.
Where did it go for Radiant team? I remember when they were 13-2.
Yeah, and shockingly enough, if you look at the net worth chart, it's still been fairly decent in the Radiant side's favor, but still, they're losing these fights consecutively. It's not looking good at all. It's very interesting. Cameron
That is the first tower taken by the Dire team.
Woo! Venomancer! And yeah, they finally get the first kill. Looks like they also want to push on to this tier 2. They still have the Aegis for, I believe, about 2 minutes. So they can still deliver quite a lot of hurt. Earthshaker deciding to, you know, get that Chant Totem damage onto the tower to start off. And at this point, what can you do on the Radiant side? Because with Lena dead, you have 0 wave clear potential. It's all in for Lena trying to wave clear with Dragon Slave, but...
Well, I mentioned during the draft that Slark, along with all their supports, are a mid-game lineup. They have their opportunity. It seems unfortunate because despite their lead, nothing came of it. They spent way too much time hugging that tier 1 tower, and nothing happened. And in the meanwhile, PA slowly racked up her farm until the point where, oh my goodness, Radiant team realizes they've been...
Kiki getting caught out by the Enchant Totem and Fissure. Will get the Yules off for himself, but he just falls to 1 right click afterwards. Not expecting to walk into so many people. Bill Murray finding an engage onto Skywrath Mage. And that's 2 more free kills. That's all your wave clear gone unless you want to commit another finger of death to the wave itself.
And it looks like they're finally pushing for racks. In the short time, they had no towers to almost taking tier 3.
Yeah, it's been like course of 2 minutes. They managed to berserk down their way through the bot lane. Now they're pushing this tier 1, tier 3 tower with the Plague Wards, with the PA in the front line, with the Aegis. Finger of Death does half of Earthquaker's HP, but it's not enough to deter anyone else.
4 creeps died instantly. No chance.
Oh, Fly Up P gets caught up by the Echo Slam. Huge Sonic Wave landing on both Rain and Fly Up P. Fly Up P will be able to get off that Shadow Dance, but it's not enough to negate the damage from the Earthshaker fissure. Rain, barely any HP. 2 more will fall as a result of the AoE damage. And
we're looking at a huge upset here.
Yeah, this game has completely flipped around now. If you look at net worth, basically 0. And Skywrath can't protect this by himself.
From meager beginnings, the champions reign. They completely turn around the game from a seemingly hopeless beginning.
Yeah, and they're looking to push out that T-Force. Right now, it's only Skywrath plus Lena up. They could potentially take down 1 hero if they commit all their burst damage. Laguna Glade onto Drew Barrymore, but unfortunately got that mech, you got that pipe coming out from your Venomancer. It's not going to be enough to kill him. Aim to take down the second tier 4 without any contest whatsoever. Skywrath dropping the Mystic Flare.
Ancient's exposed now.
Yep. Instant bash coming out from Drew Barrymore. Now Fly Up P gets jumps onto Drew Barrymore with that basher proc. Kiki now not in a very good position whatsoever. Gets the duel to save himself. Trying to kill Drew Barrymore. They will find him. That age is timed out at some point in the fight. And now, looks like they will be able to find their way back into this game. Protecting their bases. Rain getting 2 dunks in a row. Cameron Diaz getting chopped down by Fly Up P. And now, looks like the only one who will be able to make a way out, Bill Murray on that quap.
That's one of those tough choices you have to make when pushing tier 3. Usually you want to take another rack besides going for Ancient because you can't make it, but they had no other towers down from the lane, so they had no choice but to go for the final tier 4s. And unfortunately, Ancient is going to regen up to full health now.
Yeah, that's a very huge risk that you take when you have no other outer tier 2s down. No other tier 1 down, in fact. So they can't make an easy transition within the base to another lane of racks, as you mentioned. So, will they get punished for this? We'll have to see. Right now, they have Radiant, Captain Jack team have an opportunity to make a claim on this mid-tier 2. Starting to group up, and looks like they will get this tower free. There's still an extra 30-ish agility for Fly Up P on that slug.
They've dropped the Quelling Blade and Gem in the well as if they've just completely forgone any chance of taking down Trees in his eyes.
This Ancient, though, getting chunked down by the creeps. They have forgotten their Ancient. Thank you, Techie.
They have to defend against super creeps. They can't just let this...
Yeah, it's already dropped down to below half HP. Finally, they get here to respawn. Lena drops a stun. This is not looking very good. They've lost their window to push out. They've got 1 tier 2 as a result, but got to deal with these Ancients, these super creeps. And as I mentioned, Skywrath, not exactly a great support for wave clear. The only one who really wave clears is Rain with the Call Maven and Kiki. So now they're forced to just stay in their base, and not looking quite so good. It's just, this game is completely turned around at this point.
Phantom Assassin's almost at 6 slot. She's got a Quelling Blade left in her inventory, as if to say, I'm still fighting. But it's very scary with this item so far. Abyssal Blade, Axe or Slug, if they don't get their ults, if Slug doesn't get his ult off, there's nothing he can do.
Yep. It's just got a lot of damage coming out from Venomancer with that AoE. Got Quap landing pretty good sonic waves, and no one can stop this P at this point. You can't even burst her down. Deal damage PA coming out. Looks like they want to make a rotation through this mid lane. Rain and I'm not quite sure what the Skywrath main is, but they will find Rain immediately. Popping off the Shivas, they will get a chance to get the BKB off though. And Phantom Assassin doesn't want to commit the BKB to stop the disarm. Drew Barrymore getting jumped off. He actually will go down before the BKB has the full effect. A good Echo Slam will land onto multiple heroes, and Lion is left on the outside trying to DPS down. Lena throws herself into the air. Will drop a 2-man Light Strike away. Fly up P now cleaning up the fight. Bill Murray manages to get out. Wow, that was a 4 for 3.
The PA going down there changed the fight completely. She activated Satanic right as she died with no chance to recover. A single crit, though, could have made a difference between her dying and being at full health.
Yeah, she just got completely caught off guard by the, I believe it was the Lion Hex. I'm not quite sure, though. Laguna Blade did a lot of damage, and maybe it was a Slark Bash. Even if it's just a Skull Basher, they managed to do quite a bit of work. And let's take a look at that net worth chart. It was a 7k gold advantage in favor of Hayz Angel, but now it's dropped down to only a 4k. So, while this game has completely flipped around, it looks like Radiant still have a chance if they can defend their Ancient. And I guess this game is called Defendant of the Ancients, but this is quite literal.
That's the Dota 1 name. Dota 2 doesn't even have an acronym as far as I know. It's just Dota.
Still technically Dota. Oh my gosh, Skywrath. You can't use concussive shot on the creeps. And another Finger of Death.
20-second cooldown. Might as well use it on every wave you can.
Yeah. That's one of the things I really like about Lion's Ags. Well, you might say that your supports can't clear the waves, but with a Finger of Death on a 20-second cooldown, you actually can.
These super creeps, even with their massive health, not enough.
Yeah, just 1k burst damage on them, and they have 800 HP. No chance whatsoever. Poor creeps. Roshan has been scouted out as a result of Lucilu having these trees that reach into the pit. Broken ability, cough cough, not really. So now the Dire have their objective in mind. They have the space to do it, maybe. The Radiant are pushing out though, so they have a chance to contest this. Oh, what do you think is going to happen here?
Well, it seems like they're waiting to catch out the Radiant team, as if they know the Radiant's going to come for the rush themselves, and there they go. They smoked up.
They smoked up, but they missed Rain on that smoke smoke pop. So they do know Rain is in the area. There are a bunch of Venomancer wards here that will stop Rain from blinking in.
This next fight might determine the outcome of the game.
Perhaps. And they have pretty good vision right now.
Yeah, they're definitely going to catch the Dire team out. Tree's made sure that he can see everything. And there goes PA, going straight on the road. She's tired of waiting. She's decided, I'll take the fight to them.
This ward wall totally prevents Axe from jumping in from that angle. Axe draws on the map to just wrap around the entire way. And they should know, they don't have enough time right now.
It's too late.
PA.
She's almost killed Roshan.
Want to drop that Quelling Blade or that TP? Drops the Quelling Blade. Unfortunately, PA does not have a stick to drop Internal Envy. It's another Roche secured, number 2 down.
Except a regen, a little more mana.
Yeah.
They're venturing the jungle. Lion, yeah, very smart move. Wasn't gonna last long if they kept going.
Yep, and Lion with that Finger of Death, you know, pushing out waves quite easily. So right now, if you're Radiant, what do you look to do? You got to fight against an Aegis, and you got to defend your Ancient.
Yeah. I think the only real opportunity here is just wait it out. Sit in base. Base defense is pretty strong in this current meta. If they push out and get picked off, it's almost certainly over for them.
Yeah, you say base defense, but you also saw a tier 1 tower defense from Living Armor, Venom Wards, lasting up, making that siege essentially last like 15 minutes longer than it should have, maybe. So, yeah, tower defense coming out. That's why. One of the reasons I really love Train Protector. Fly up P trying to get out away from a sticky situation as Venom wards were there to stop him. And Fly up P just trying to put as much farm as he can. Obviously, He has gotten a bit bigger. He's picked up a Abyssal Blade as well as a Scotty since we last saw him. But will it be enough to be able to kill this PA? That's the question. Especially with the Aegis up.
With Aegis, there's very little they can do to burst down PA twice. They have the ability to do it once, but their nukes aren't that low cooldown.
Very much so. Skywrath on the cusp of being level 16.
Poor guy doesn't have any items. A Force Staff and Ethereal Blade, or actually no, Ghost Scepter. This is the best he can do.
If he had an Ethereal Blade, I'd be pretty impressed.
That would be nice. It goes pretty well with his ultimate.
Yeah, and it stops PA from auto-attacking a bit. That'd be a huge defensive mechanism considering PA is the only actual right-click damage that's how Hayz Angel have. So.
PA's BKB finally down to her last 5 seconds, so not as much as her threat used to be, but she's still more than strong enough to keep. In those 5 seconds, she can do a lot of work.
Yep. See Finger Death come out once again to wave clear, but unfortunately another wave is right behind. Drew Barrymore, feel free to go on that tower.
Cameron Diaz got pounced, but
yeah. Fly up P, trying to do as much as he can, but he gets basically CC'd up. Will be able to pounce over the wall. Very impressive pounce right there.
Almost barely didn't make that.
Yeah. Still has the Shadow Dance as well. Lena fuels onto Drew Barrymore. No follow-up whatsoever. And that was just a risk that Slark took to potentially just pull out as many cooldowns as possible. There was an Overgrowth used right there, so it's not too bad, but it's not the longest of cooldowns.
Pretty short cooldown for the giant CC it is.
Oh yeah. And considering how global it is, and unfortunately this Treant Protector is not farming too many camps as a result of where his tree placements are. But, you know.
I think he'd rather let his rest of his team farm.
Yeah, I mean, you only got one camp covered by this, and it's a small camp. It's not... You could be earning so much gold right now, Treant Protector, please. Just do it.
At least put in the enemy jungle, so they have no chance of ever really, you know, coming and finding creeps of their own to farm.
No one's using either jungle, so...
Missed opportunity.
Yes. Another thing you can also think about is you could use trees to push out other lanes as well.
Oh yes, like keep them near where the raiding creeps spawn. Never let them get past their towers.
Yeah, if you had one in the top lane near the tier 2, you could easily push out that lane and force someone to go up there all the time. Lena missing her combo, drops the Laguna Blade onto Earthshaker, not quite resulting in too much as there's an Ags pick up an Earthshaker and he's pretty healthy.
How many items do we have in this game right now? It's quite a few.
I would say 5, 6.
See, on the side of Dire.
There's 4 on the Dire side alone. Wow. So there's a total of 6.
There's 6. Aghanim's best item. Works so well. Ice Frog nerf.
Definitely works on quite a lot of heroes. So, yeah. And unfortunately, there is no Ags pickup for PA. Aegis does expire, but unfortunately you can't boost your coup de grace with your Ags.
Well, she's got the option now of either saving for buyback and making the push, or maybe going for another item and waiting for Roshan to respond.
It looks like she's going for an MKB.
Approaching the hour mark on this game, and still anyone's game. Radiant lost the lead, and now it's up to Dire to really finish it off. But it's still easily for a Radiant to come back and make a huge push and finish them off.
Yeah, Slark is on even net worth to PA. Could potentially be the factor. Let's see who, Abyssal who. Well, Cameron Diaz trying to find a Venomous Gale onto Destiny on that Skywrath, not quite landing. Pings go out onto fly up P, they know he's the big target in the fights. And
yeah, if Slark gets picked off, that's almost certainly nearly game if he doesn't have buyback.
He has buyback at least.
Yeah, with the goal he has right now, he's probably fine.
Yeah. Very okay. So now we're just looking at Cameron Diaz jumping in with the Poison Nova as well as Scotty. Not Scotty. Shiva's
first
guard.
down quickly.
Overgrowth comes out. Earthshaker lands a pretty decent Echo Slam on the 2. Rain being able to back up. Fly up P trying to find any kills that he can. Will be able to find one onto the Venomancer. However, he gets Abyssal bladed up and will fall as a result. Now it's just it's a buyback coming out from Clark. Rain jumping onto Bill Murray, only 1% call. Finger of Death comes out. Lincoln Spear being able to block that Hex proc. That Hex from coming out. Fly up P, Shadow Blades up. Yules comes out onto top of Hayz, no fall off whatsoever. And tier 3 does not fall, but there isn't any living armor.
Radiant team would sure love to have a tree and play for them for a little bit.
Most definitely. Or a Rubik, you know. Rubik could work as well.
Oh yeah, steal some Eyes of the Forest for their own usage.
Eyes of the Forest or living armor would be super helpful at this point.
I wonder if you steal Eyes of the Forest and then steal Overgrowth, if you can use the Overgrowth on the Eyes of the Forest.
I bet you could. That's pretty hard to steal though.
That's true. You have to catch him in the act.
Yeah, 2 different spells to steal. A very good Ags pickup for that too though. Think about it. Rubik would have been very nice. Got the Fissure Stun, you got the Blink for Quap to have, living armor as well as Eyes of Force and Overgrowth. Very big steals if you decided to go for a Rubik instead of a Skywrath. But let's not talk about draft, let's talk about how the game's going, and we've reached this point where, well, neither team can siege just because of having melee cores. And, well, what can you do?
Get enough gold to buy Luna. I'm not sure right now. This standoff seems to be the only real way to progress so far without making extremely risky plays on either side. Neither one wants to have their core die and then risk their base being completely destroyed. Smoke out by Radiant team.
Early Roche spawn, and it is obviously scouted out by the Radiant if, you know, they decide to check. They can see it with the Eyes of the Forest, and they do pinging out now.
I mean Dire.
Yeah, yeah.
Radiant team smoked up and they're heading to the enemy jungle. If Radiant or Dire goes for this Roche, they're gonna completely miss them.
Yeah.
They have no idea.
And there's no wards on this side for the Radiant. They're just looking around the jungle. I think there's a ping now. Yeah, there's a ping and a blind dirt and all. They are aware of this.
They're gonna make it in time.
Yeah, they do spot out. Sky, Fly Appease, Overgrowth as 2-man Overgrowth, 3-man Echo Slam, 2-man Sonic Wave. Fly Appease drops the instant thanks to that Whistle Blade. And
oh no.
Ultra Line and Rain on the axe going down as well.
Everyone's
BKB,
death time is so long.
Yeah. BKB teleport out. Lena will get out.
Yeah,
Good
forget
game.
Roche. It's
Yeah.
over. I agree with Scarra.
Yeah, it's GG well played being called out, and what I would consider an upset, you know, well,
Game.
an upset and a comeback as a result.
Well played by both teams, but in the end, PA just got a little too much for him.
Yeah, it was a really good start for Rain. It was like all 3 lanes being won in favor of Captain Jack. Then, you know, Venomancer and Train Protector managed to stall out the game somehow. Just too much focus from
mid one
yeah,
time.
Captain Jack. Just maybe losing a lot of their momentum in that mid lane. Very good game overall, and Hayz Angels will take that victory. So I have nothing more to say. It was a pretty long game, and obviously we know what happened, where the faults were. So do you have anything more to say?
I think it was a great game. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, alright. So this is GT Gamefest. This was round 2 of the round robin between Captain Jack and Hayz Angels. We'll be back in a bit for a round 3 match. I am Evolution of War.
I'm Naxla.
And we'll see you guys soon.